a really special episode. Why is that?
It's our 1 year Flosstiversary.
And our 50th episode.
Yeah.
And to round it all out, we have 550 subscribers today. So who would have thought?
I know.
I mean, I remember when we first started and we got like 1 subscriber. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody's like going to watch us do this.
Somebody's watching us other than our husbands and our, yes. I have to say in the very beginning, I know Cassidy, Junie's mommy, watches us.
She does.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
But I don't think anybody else from our family watches us anymore, but they did in the beginning and they cheered us on. And it, I went back and looked at that first episode not that long ago and oh my word, I'm surprised we had anybody come back. We were a little awkward.
I'm not going to watch it back.
You don't. Well, you should if you need a good laugh.
Okay, maybe I will.
But none of you, don't go back. If you didn't watch it, don't go back.
I don't know. I still feel like we're pretty awkward.
We are awkward. Who's not awkward? I figure Lindy Stitches thinks she's awkward. If she can be, Steph can be awkward, then we can be awkward.
She's
too.
Cute awkward, though. I'm not sure I'm cute awkward.
You're cute. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. We are mother and daughter. Mm-hmm. And sadly, we don't have our granddaughters today because they're back home.
Yep.
We're in my living room today. Sarah's over here because we have one more shower.
We're getting through them.
The last bridal shower for Miss Ashley, my son's fiance, is tomorrow. So Sarah came over to be a part of that. And she left her girls at home, which is actually easier for her.
So much easier than packing them all up for an overnight trip, than bringing all those clothes, all the pajamas, all the stuffed animals, all the blankets, all the toothbrushes, all the,
Something always gets left behind and it's a drama.
So and we had just gotten new chicks in the mail today. I forgot to tell you that.
Oh.
So I had ordered chicks like in January to come, some special ones that are supposed to be really great layers. And they were supposed to come sometime this week. And of course, as we're rushing out the door for a soccer game this morning, I get a phone call from the post office that they're there at the post office ready to be picked up. And I was like, as if my morning wasn't crazy enough, now we have chicks. So they actually came with us to the soccer game, stayed in the car, and then went home, and the girls and Jesse got them all settled while I headed over here. Oh. So it's good they're not with me, but I will put pictures at the end because they actually have been cross-stitching. Millie and Liddy especially. Liddy pulled out
good for
her Santa one that Grandma gave.
But the girls have been cross-stitching.
Yeah, the girls have been cross-stitching. So I'll put pictures at the very end of what they've been working on because they have been pulling that out. I've been kind of assigning it for school.
Well, that's good.
So Liddy has like motivation. But then she was like, I bet if I worked on this a little bit every day, I could get it done someday.
I think she's one that just needs that little push. And then when she starts doing it, she really enjoys it. It's just that her mind is going and she has she's very social and
she's kind of a stopper and starter too.
Yeah.
So whereas Millie just kind of diligently works through.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Rosie's cross-stitched at all. I'll have to ask her if she has. So watch at the end. We have a few special things at the end. Yeah. So stick around.
Because it's our Flosstiversary.
A whole year.
I cannot believe we did it for a whole year.
I know.
And we've talked before that, and this leads into my gift for you. So I have a gift for Sarah because I'm her mom.
And I don't.
And
because
I do
I'm
that.
a slacker.
No, because she has children and a lot of other expenses and I don't. So we started this. We talked about it before the pandemic. Never got off didn't get off the ground. Nobody knew what Zoom was. I mean, we kind of did, but didn't. And she is our editor.
We had so many conversations like, how do they do this? Like, there's people that do this long distance. How do they do it? And then you'd be like, well, I messaged somebody on Instagram. They said they use this thing called Zoom. Yeah. Okay, I'll look into it. And then I just never had time or didn't really have the dedication to do it.
I do have I think I have an email in my Yahoo account from way back when you sent me some information on Zoom, but we never did anything. It's probably at least a year before we went into lockdown that we talked about it.
So now I feel like I'm pretty good at Zoom, partly from the pandemic, but partly because we've been using it all year and I needed to sort of figure it out.
And she records these on her computer and then she uploads them and she edits them because I do not have the capability. I mean, I could if I had to. But so anyway, so for our 1 year anniversary, I have this for Sarah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have no idea what this is.
And I will preface that.
Pull this out first?
Pull the big one out. I have my memories. This was Alicia Paulson's new series. They're a little different. And
I first saw her release this. Did she just release this recently?
I've had it for about a month.
Oh,
I've had it probably longer than
yeah,
that.
we didn't even talk about these.
No, I didn't bring it up. I didn't want you to know. I didn't want to have to, because I
you.
usually buy them for us when they come out, and I didn't want her to know because I wanted to save it. I have one too, but but we're big fans of Alicia Paulson, and this is her new series. She is behind. She's behind getting summer out, but there is going to be a seasonal.
That's what I saw on her.
They're a little smaller, I think.
It's a 6x8. Oh yeah, that is a little bit.
Yeah. So Alicia Paulson, we love you. I know you probably don't watch us, but
no, probably not.
But we love your patterns, and that was your first gift.
I love it.
And then
something else in here too. Oh, there's a couple things in there. Oh, were you making this for me?
Yes. All along, I was making dumpster fire friends for my daughter because
that's my why friend. You felt like there was a timeline.
I know, and I had way more time than I mean, I was finishing it right here in front of you.
Yeah, you were. Just today?
Yes, I was putting these charms on while you were holding the baby. I haven't finished the back. I need to put the felt on the back.
I didn't even notice that.
She got here too soon today, but that charm,
like, I gotta get
going. Says 2020.
You'll go down in history.
Yeah, there's a toilet paper roll, a mask. I don't know what those other two icons are, but I bought some little charms to put on it because
6 feet. There's a little thing that says 6 feet and an arrow.
Yeah, I just felt like
hand sanitizer or something.
We might not have done this Flosstube if it hadn't been for the pandemic, and I want you to know that my early memories of lockdown, Sarah and I FaceTime multiple times a day. I mean, they were pretty isolated. I wasn't going anywhere, literally nowhere other than like to a drive-up restaurant to get food to bring home to eat. And like I told my husband, can I just go with you to get the food just to get out of the house?
Just to leave. And he didn't get it because he was working.
Yeah.
So he didn't have that same feeling of being trapped.
So I just feel like we got through it together. There were times that she'd call and she'd be crying, or the girls would be crying. And I mean, it was a rough year. And then on top of it all, she was there when my mom passed away, and she came to my aid and helped me out, and I would never have done it without you. And so you deserve the dumpster fire friends forever. And I want you to know that it is the quirkiest pattern ever. I need to take a picture before you take it home.
Yeah.
The ribbon that I put on there for the hanger.
Was it Grandma?
It was great Grandma Anna's.
Great Grandma.
So when I was first married and first pregnant with Sarah, we moved to Minnesota, and my husband's grandma was moving into a retirement home, and she was downsizing, and she had been a seamstress, and I was learning how to sew. I sewed a lot of Sarah's clothes. And she said, come look at my fabric. And there were notions, and I pulled that ribbon, the little piece of that ribbon out from hers, and I've never used it. And it doesn't really, it does kind of, but it's kind of quirky. I thought it just matched the whole design. And so the gray-haired one obviously is me, and the brown-haired one is you.
So funny. I really had no idea.
I kept telling everybody that.
Did I even know you did a brown hair?
I don't even know if I
realized
showed it maybe since I did the brown hair.
That's so funny. Didn't even occur to me.
I kept telling everybody I was making it for my friend Sue, who also got me through the pandemic and does deserve one of these too, but I'm not stitching it again. But so I thought someday when I'm gone and Sarah's old and gray, she'll see this and we'll talk
remember and cry about 2020.
2020. I mean, who would have thought?
Is this the Charm Heather set?
No, it's a different one.
You're going to use that 2020.
Yeah, I have a silver 2020 to put on my Barbara Anna chicken piece. I haven't done it yet. But anyway,
thank you.
I was sewing this together at 3:00 in the morning this morning.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
I thought I have to get, I've been planning this for since I started it, yes. And I got it done in plenty of time. I mean, the stitching was done. Didn't I show it last week?
Yeah, I think it was.
I had gotten the stitching, but I mean, for a couple of weeks, all I had left to do was the word friends and forever, and it sat there. Then I got that done last Sunday, and then what am I doing? Sewing it up the day before. To my defense, that bedroom is Junie's closet right now, and my kids that are moving home have been bringing stuff in there, so I had to kind of carve out an area in front of my sewing machine last night, and it's dark in there. The lighting is so bad, but this is easy. It's 4 straight seams.
Yeah, not too hard to do.
So that is your Flossiversary Flosstube, and we got each other through. And this was kind of a bonus gift.
A bonus gift.
I found this yesterday when I went to Hobby Lobby.
Oh, cute.
It's just a little kit.
Oh,
They had
that's
some cute
It's got
notions.
some needles. I was just wishing I had another pair of scissors. So look at that. I've
Gosh.
been thinking I just need to buy like several more needles. Oh, there's a little threader like they sell there. These are cute.
Yeah, it's a cute. I added the tape measure to it. It was
Okay,
separate.
we've got needles. These are at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah,
Are these
over in
little
there.
thread spools.
Yes, so cute.
Those are cute. Oh my gosh.
Is it? I think it's all. Is it the Artiste brand?
These,
I don't know.
It doesn't really
But
say.
look at
but
this cute
I
bag.
know the bag
Isn't that cute?
too. Scissors and a little gold. Well, thank you. Look at this cute
Little tape
measuring
measure.
tape, which tape measure that I always need. When
Yeah,
I'm especially
always-
knitting.
a
And a
little
little
hoop.
hoop, which would be perfect for finishing something even.
I thought it was such a cute little thing.
That
I thought,
is
oh,
cute.
I'm buying that. I'm gonna put it in the. I'm gonna put it in the bag.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's
So
special.
we made it.
Still cracks me up. I can't believe I did. I mean, why would I think about it? But and
I don't
this
know.
is so pretty. Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I love it.
So now we need to. So now you have haul. She has
I
haul.
got haul because I was like, oh, I don't have any haul. I never have any haul right now.
Well, okay. So if you're new to
Okay.
us, they just bought a car, and you know, life is tight when you're single
my
income
gosh.
and you've got 3 little girls, and
Got-
so
And they're doing ballet and taekwondo, which is really a big
and
chunk.
soccer.
And soccer, which
Mhm.
that's more than we've ever done at one time.
Yeah.
Well, Liddy's not doing taekwondo; she's doing just soccer.
Yeah.
And my husband, I think I mentioned this last week, had to pay for his tuition
Yeah.
for his courses this summer, which really threw me for a loop because I thought that's like, I mean, it's only like $450 a month. That's a big chunk out of our, we're missionaries. We
month?
don't take a lot.
A month?
Yeah. Yes, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Through the summer. And so
That's a
that's like some of that income that I kind of thought was going to be a little bit of extra room that
Yeah.
we couldn't really do because
Right.
he's not taking enough credits to take student loans out. So
I sent Sarah also during this time that we were locked down because she just didn't have a lot of expendable income. I sent packages of
floss and
floss. I sent packages of fabric. I sent stuff for the girls.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I could send it with my husband to the post office. I could at least mail things out. But I just feel
it
like
was like a light in my day anytime a package would come because I was for a while when we weren't even leaving the house.
yeah.
What was I going to do? Like,
Nothing.
the mail was like a lifeline, which isn't like our common experience anymore. I mean,
No.
the pioneer women who would have waited for the mail train. I felt like I was just waiting for the mail to come because what if there was something happy in it?
Well, and trying to get supplies, we all know that some of those, trying to buy fabric was hard.
Yeah.
And I had excess fabric and I was ordering off of Fat Quarter Shop. So I had a lot of Monaco that I was kind of switching to. And so, yeah, I just feel like
probably half of the finishes I have today are
I just feel like we
Life.
survived. And I had a lot of stuff from before
yeah, that's true.
that I hadn't actually gotten rid of. So
And I
anyway,
didn't have any stash when I started.
No.
I had some patterns and maybe a couple old kits that I'm currently
well,
starting.
you've been a pretty monogamous stitcher
I used
up
to
until
stitch them,
recently.
and I wouldn't buy anything till I finished one,
Mhm.
which then I would go on long hiatuses between stitching
Right.
because I didn't have something to work on. Once I started not stitching monogamously, I was able to actually stitch more
Right.
because I wouldn't have a break. I would just finish one like
Yeah.
today.
You
This
have
week I
things.
have a couple finishes.
Right.
So, well, thank you. Those are
Yes.
special and meaningful.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
There is. I was telling my mom today that I went in, like on the way over here, I went to the rest stop and I didn't wear my mask, which maybe for some people that's not a big deal, but here our mask mandate has kind of been lifted if you're vaccinated. And it has been lifted for a week or so.
Kinda. I'm
And
not
some
really
of our
sure.
stores are saying,
Yeah.
we're not really worrying about it. And some of them are still
Yeah.
asking you to wear masks. And I don't really care either way, but it was just
Yeah.
such a strange feeling because
Yeah.
I was remembering the first, trips we would take, maybe we did a road trip to a hike sometimes with the girls
Mhm.
early on, and we would stop at a rest stop if there were any open, which sometimes there weren't even rest stops open. And then, but they would be like, put your mask on, don't touch anything. Like if there's
touch
anybody
anything.
in there, let's just wait till they go out. Not because we were super afraid, but because we were just being really cautious. We didn't know and
Yeah.
understand what we were dealing with. And
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah.
it's like a different,
Well, even when we went
experience
to
for me now.
Montana, we all went as a family to an Airbnb in the middle of nowhere, Montana.
yeah.
Bathrooms was, we got to plan our stops where we know we can find a bathroom because
Yeah.
even in August, things here were not
Very open.
greatly open.
Mhm.
And, for a long time, yeah. I mean, back to supplies and stuff. It wasn't like you could just trying to do pickup at Joann's was no
Mhm.
fun.
Oh, yeah, pickup.
Or at Michael's. And I don't know if Hobby Lobby had pickup.
It was more fun than not doing anything, but Not as fun as like going into the store. Sorry
Right.
about.
So we survived.
We made it through a
We made it
whole
through.
year.
There's a lot of memories, and there were surprisingly a lot of happy memories.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of life events in our family that happened despite COVID that have been really happy things.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful for that.
Me
Along
too.
with the hard stuff, there's been some really, really happy, joyous things. So
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of constantly trying to adjust your mental picture of what actually happened in the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard and nice. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
Wow. Yeah, love it.
Okay,
We
what's
have
next?
some finished.
Okay, I have one it's from a vault
and
and then a almost fully finished. So this is from the vault, and this is a shepherd's bush needle roll.
You want me to hold it up?
Yeah. You can probably. And it was one of the first needle rolls I ever did from them. It's their garden one. I've shown one before that was the Christmas one I did for my mom, but this is the one that I did for myself. And I made these for a lot of different people in my life over the years. Because it was, yeah. And so a couple of our, what we're going to talk about at the end of the show ties in with this. So I thought I would show this little needle roll.
It says, the needle thin be placed herein, can stitch and hem, darn, sew, and mend.
And look, I figured out how to do that hem stitch, but I don't even know how I did it.
This one, this little stitch at the top.
It's kind of like a little eyelet. I don't know how I did it.
I've done that too on the needle roll. I did.
I figured it out from the pattern instructions, but I don't know.
I probably used YouTube or something.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's cute.
I love
the little golden needle too.
Yeah, came with a needle and little scissors.
Mm-hmm. These are all fancy little patterns. They're nice though for like teaching fancy stitches because they're just a little bit.
And beads
of stitching. Yeah.
I wonder if I'd ever even done beads before I did
say in my needle rolls, maybe the only other thing I've ever beaded so far.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
like that kind of beads.
From my vault.
Cute.
Yeah.
Do you have finishes too that you want to
I have.
Do you want to do that?
Sure, I can just go ahead. Yeah, you do. I'll do mine first. Yours is more dramatic than mine is. Oh. So a while back, I had shown this Barbara Richards Bourgeot pattern that I had done a long time ago, but I had cut the margins so that it was not going to be able to frame it very well. So I've had it sitting on my desk to sew into a pillow. I had it all. Perfect. I even have the interfacing already on it. And so when I was doing Sarah's dumpster fire, I went ahead and just sewed this up last night, but I haven't done the back.
The interfacing is so nice. I'm definitely going to do
it. It does make it really, and it
makes it more firm.
I did buy finishing for it. So
pretty.
The back is going to have the little, you can see where I haven't stitched it up yet, but it's going to have this blue backing.
Over just that little section.
Yeah, that area. And then I bought yours. I have to fix yours too. And then I bought blue and purple buttons to put on.
That'll be cute.
The back of.
Just like in a row, you think?
Oh yeah, or one in each corner if I do a square. But that's finishing for that. Yeah. And then for Sarah's dumpster fire, I literally was working on this when she walked in the door.
And I didn't even notice either.
I bought
I was holding the baby.
Yeah, she was holding the baby.
I was a happy auntie.
So I bought a gray.
So it'll be like this.
And I bought sparkly pink buttons because I thought it had to. And then just some gray ones.
Like over the top sparkles. That's cute.
Anyway, so I'll finish that before you go home tomorrow. Okay,
sounds good.
Yeah. So that was, but so anyway, I got this done. I'll probably hang it in my office somewhere.
Yeah, that'll be cute. It's so pretty.
It is a pretty one. I obviously liked her little couples.
Mm-hmm.
And my stitching was really nice.
Yeah, it's really smooth.
It's very smooth. I don't think I get that good a look anymore, but it doesn't matter. So that's my almost FFO.
Anything else? Any other finishes? How many more finishes did you have this week?
I don't have any other finishes. Do I?
No, I don't think so. Okay, but I do. So, I forgot to iron my other one. That's okay. I'll just show it wrinkles and all. This is my first one that I finished. I finally finished
and that was a Mania start last year. So it
was my Mania.
Fitting that you finished it during Mania this year.
So this was really time consuming to do that white, but it was also nice because it was so mindless. And I am really glad I did it.
Yeah.
I took 2 skeins. If you're doing this pattern and you're doing it called for, it took two skeins of eggshell.
Wow.
Is that Classic Colorworks or is it Weeks? I can't remember what eggshell is. I don't have it with me. But so one took me to about here. The other one took me, it probably took me to about here. The other one took me to here. and I was like, not gonna like order another eggshell. So I ended up just finishing those last couple up and down rows with ecru. And but because the eggshell is variegated,
Yeah.
if you look closely, you can see that it's a little lighter than
But it
the,
might have just been a lighter portion.
but it just looks like it's just
Yeah.
variegated. So I'm glad I just was
Holy
brave
moly,
and
that took a lot
it
of
took
that.
a lot of white. Well, not okay. The eggshell also did all the.
But still, you
So
almost.
one skein took me through here. It did like
Right.
several things. But then
But the second skein didn't even get you halfway through
the second skein was probably from here to here.
Wow.
Yeah, it took a lot of
It did.
yardage for that floss.
That's crazy.
And I wasn't being wasteful with it. I really was just.
I kind of hoard
It was
my
easy
fancy
to
flosses.
stitch, so there was just enough. Okay, the other thing is really big finish.
This
Are
is
you ready?
big.
I don't even know how
I'm gonna have to
to
hold
show
it.
this. I finished my Joyful World SAL.
She finished
My
it.
Joyful World by Snowflower Diaries. All the border is done. I meant to iron it and then I forgot, but it is finished. And I'm so happy with it. Is that working? I can't really see.
Well, hold it tighter. Well, here we go. There.
It needs to be washed.
Yeah.
It smells like I've been working on it for a couple of years.
I don't smell anything.
You don't smell anything?
Uh-uh.
It's not too bad.
No.
Smell where the stitching is. Anybody else's stitching gets sweaty? This is what happens, I guess, when you don't work in a frame and you just bunch it up in your hand as you go. But I'll do a quick wash.
But you got the border done.
I got the border done. It almost met up. It was like a stitch. I ended up meeting up like here. You would never even know. Like if I didn't say anything, no one would ever even notice that I just kind of had to jog it a little bit there. But that's the border that I've been working on since 2020. The beginning, I finished December 2019. I finished the December square. Yeah. And then all through 2020, I would pull it out and work on it a little bit at a time, but not very diligently until the end of 2019. And then I was working on it pretty diligently up through now, just a little bit at a time here and there, but certainly not monogamously.
So cute.
It's done. So I think Jesse's going to build me a frame because I don't even know how much a frame for something this big would cost.
It would cost a lot of money, I'm sure.
And he can put together a little frame, I think. And I don't mind if it's rustic. I mean, this is kind of a little folksy.
You know, one of my kids was looking at mine that I've got in progress and they go, wow, it's just like a tapestry.
Yeah.
And it really is. I mean, it's just quite the work of art.
It's so big.
And
I love it. I'm so in love with it.
It's an
I'm
accomplishment.
really glad I did it.
Am I getting it in there?
Yeah. Almost all of it.
There's the bottom.
So it's finished. I was really happy with that.
Good job.
It was worth it. And the border was worth it. I think it really finishes it out nicely and ties it all together into one cohesive piece. Yep. So that when it's on the wall, it will look finished.
Yes. Gorgeous.
So if you're doing this and you're trying to decide whether to do the border, I would recommend doing it, even though it is quite, you could simplify it, I guess, and just do like
I was going to look on her Facebook page and see how many people post that don't do the border.
I know.
A lot of people do the border.
Yeah.
Notice how I'm rolling it up for you nice?
I know. Well, it was folded up nice. Did you notice? Oh. It's only wrinkly because of holding it. I've been really good about rolling it.
And linen, you know, it's always going to wrinkle.
So it's finished.
So this started off.
You'll never see me working on that again.
It started off as a stitch along that she and I were going to do in 2019.
Really, when we were both starting to really both stitch a lot more. I think when I was starting to not stitch so monogamously. Right.
And you might have been kind of starting to watch Flosstubes too.
I was probably watching just Priscilla and Chelsea for a long time. Those are the only ones I knew about and watched.
But I gave up the ghost on it originally because I was doing each individual one. And then I realized, hey, I don't like finishing. And I'm not going to finish 12 of these individual little placards. And so I just gave up.
We are no Chelsea and Priscilla.
No.
Like we're no Priscilla.
And so actually this ties in, I was digging around today and I found the fabric so I bought Sarah her fabric for this.
A Christmas gift or something, I think.
I think so,
or maybe birthday or
maybe
Christmas, maybe just I'm your mom and I like you.
Yeah, it might have been that too. And I bought us each month up until I quit the main fancy flosses for each month that were for the biggest part. And so by the end,
I had most of them that you gave me, and then I bought a few myself.
Here's my fabric because I was cutting it. For each.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing on it.
And so
a few months
stashed in this bag, it's a knitting bag, are my flosses. And look there's a couple of fancy flosses I've probably been looking for.
There's probably molasses in there. Which you've been looking for that one because I think I had a molasses for this.
Dungarees, which was hard to find for a while.
Dungarees. That's one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that earlier. Red plum, soot, ruby slipper. I knew it. Maple syrup, sugar plum, and I knew I had these somewhere, and I could not find them.
I love this
when I started stitching this again.
This green pasture is just such a pretty color.
There's onyx. Holy moly, there's my missing. Anyway, so folks,
grape leaf and maple syrup, another maple syrup.
And I had printed out.
I also love walnut. Isn't that one pretty?
Yes, March. I must have quit when I was on March.
Yeah, you did. You did the first couple months and then petered out, but I kept going because I wanted it.
Yeah, but then I realized last year I really love it, and I think I just needed to do it on a big piece. And my husband.
Is this the same as mine? Did we use the same fabric to start with?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think we might have actually.
Did we?
Mine's just wrinkly and dirty.
Maybe. It's a picture of this plus. I have the sticker still on it.
Oh, I didn't use a picture of this plus, so you must have something different.
Picture of this plus.
I feel like I chose something.
Wren, which I really like it.
Maybe.
You didn't use Wren.
No, mine I think is printed on.
Yeah, yours was a different one.
Yeah, I think mine looks dyed. Maybe I wish I could remember.
It's on both sides. They don't usually print on both sides.
Right. So maybe this is the picture of this plus.
It might have been.
I think maybe I was originally going to ask for a different one, and then I was like, oh, that one's.
So if you're missing flosses and you think you have them, dig around in your closet and look for some old knitting project bags and see if your cross stitch stuff is stuck in there.
You never know. Or get a magic couch because there could be some in there.
And this is the magic couch.
Oh, we're sitting on it. How fitting.
Right behind Sarah's where my stuff falls.
Let's see what I can find today.
Nothing. Nothing. Did you shove it back there?
Yes.
That's where my planner was last week. The planner that I've written
down there. I'm gonna feel around a little more. What other treasures are you missing?
There shouldn't be anything down there.
No, I don't
feel I'm not missing anything.
Okay.
Magic couch. So that's our finishes.
Okay, how about your whips?
My whips. It's a sad. I told you guys, struggle bus. Mania is just not really happening. I mean, it is, but it's not happening in how I envisioned it as much as I envisioned it. So this is a haul. So my whips this week, I restarted a year in Hawk Run Hollow, and I got a whopping good start on it.
Ooh,
this was my focus piece for the whole week.
This is what you focused on all week, was getting the S done. Let's see, that's like 100 stitches, Mom.
I did that. I didn't even fill it in. That little S there. I couldn't even bother to get the orange out.
Did this end up not really being your focus piece though? Is that
it really was?
It was supposed to be your focus piece, or is this literally all the stitching you did?
No, I did more stitching, but clearly not on my focal piece.
If this was all the stitching you did, there's no shame in that.
I know, but I did do more stitching. But
I'm gonna let you.
This is my focal piece for next week too. So hopefully.
Oh, that's right. You're taking 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks for my Christmas Hawk Run and 2 weeks for this one. So I did work on it, but barely. And then I did though. Tina Stitches, you're going to be happy about this.
Oh, I'm happy too.
I did pull out my Sunflower Fairy by Nora Corbett. In case you don't know the pattern, it's this one.
Beautiful.
I'm doing it on a blue. And this pattern, I worked on this for many hours. And it doesn't look like I did, but it is very fiddly. There's a lot of color changes and a lot of counting. And so, sorry, I basically just worked on this overhead flower and I did a lot of stuff in here. None of this was done.
Yeah, you didn't have any of that done.
I'm using the called for Valdanis, but there's
beautiful.
It's not really focusing. Is it focusing or is it my glasses? Okay.
Yeah, it's focusing.
Yeah. So I did make a lot of progress. I've got a little bit more to go over.
I was just wondering how the Valdanis feel.
Over here. And I'm doing my Valdanis wrong. I thought I was supposed to use 2 strands. I'm only supposed to use 1. But I'm not going to start using 1 when I'm that far into using 2. I might run out. I might have to order another set.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, I'll be upset, but
it's really pretty.
So I got a little bit more to do here. And then I'll start bringing the vine down.
Colors are really pretty. This blue especially. It's great.
Although I like the peachier colors in the picture.
You like the peachy colors What do you mean?
Well,
With
the
that
colors,
color
the
fabric?
colors in here look peachy. Mine look more bright orange and bright yellow.
Oh yeah, they do kind of.
And more brown.
Is it just because
This is-
of the
I don't know.
dye lot, or maybe the photo? This photo does look.
It is, and I did print that off of a.
I was gonna say it looks
PD.
warmer than.
But that's.
But your green looks also darker.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's just the way the photo.
Yeah, but I know
I like
Tina's.
the brighter color though.
It
I
is
think it's
I
gonna
think it'll
really be stunning on this.
It will be. It
gray.
just is a little different than what I thought, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping I don't run out. I might run out of the
oranges.
The oranges. I don't think I'll run out of the blue, and I don't think I'll run out of the green. But the oranges in her skirt, I might have to. But I think I ordered these originally from Valdani in Canada, but there are places here that distribute them. I just need to figure out where, and they would probably get to me faster.
Yeah.
Because it did take a while for them to get here. But I couldn't tell you how many hours I worked on this. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Maybe it's in the den. I was writing my time down on a scrap piece of paper here on a tablet.
So
And
you could keep track.
yeah, rather than put it in my planner, which is what my planner is supposed to be for. Don't even get me going on my organizational skills. I'm very organized at work, by the way, in case you had any fears.
I come by them honestly. My
Oh.
organizational skills.
Okay. And then I'm supposed to start this weekend, my new start.
Yeah, there's still time.
I haven't started it, but this is going to be my whip for today, and it's the blue flower. I finally found the color that I was missing. Actually, I'm not going to use the fancy floss. Yeah, so I am going to start this probably tonight.
Cute.
Blue flower.
What's the color?
I needed molasses, and I finally got
but you
molasses.
got it.
But I don't really need it, actually, because what I'm going to do is use the DMC equivalent, because most of molasses is just that little outer border. And I'm not sure I need to waste.
It might not.
The
even
equivalent
stand out
is
enough.
3021. I love 3021.
I do too.
And so I think I'm just going to use
That's
it for
what
the
I used
border.
on this border.
Did you? And it might be used in other
That's what
places.
I ran out of
Did you?
this week. This
Oh,
one, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
I used
muted.
on this brown.
It's kind of a taupey brown.
Mm-hmm.
It might
Just
be
like
in a
that.
few other places in the pattern, and I will use it in the pattern, but I'm not going to use it for the border.
Yeah, I know. It's hard for me to want to spend a lot of money on
And
just like
molasses-
straight across borders.
Molasses has been really hard to find. I have missed it a couple times on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. They've said it's in. By the time I get there to order, it's gone. It's one of the only colors I haven't been able to get at my local needlework store. She's having a terrible time getting it in. So I don't know why, but it's been hard. So I bought 3 of them. Or was it? Yeah, I also needed walnut, I think, but I got walnut.
And you had some walnut.
I did have
You
some
just didn't know
walnut.
you had some walnut.
Okay, and then the other piece that I did focus a lot of time on was My Joyful World. Oopsie. So I'm working on May. Cute. Let's see here. And so I think I had just started the cat last week. I finished Mama Cat, Baby Cat. And then I did all the border. All I have left to do is 2.5 rows on the bottom.
Pretty.
And then she's done.
I do.
But I did.
So much.
Yeah, I did the bird. I did all of that. So
Pretty.
and the little tiny motifs. There's some little tiny ones floating around.
So this is where you're at now. Altogether, you're almost
halfway.
You're almost halfway there.
Yeah. And I finished each one within the same month that it was supposed to be done in, which I'm very proud of myself. And I'm doing mine different. If you're new, I'm not doing the outer border. I'm not doing the inner border around each one. They just kind of flow together. So that got a lot of love the last couple of days. I really wanted to have it done. I would have had it done today, these last couple rows, if I hadn't gone
I didn't get here early.
Well, no, if I hadn't stopped to go sew those pillows, because I had to.
You're so close.
I was so close. So that's what I worked on this week. It wasn't a ton of stuff, but
I also didn't have a ton.
well,
I didn't even touch the piece that I was supposed to focus on for Mania.
we're Mania dropouts.
I really switched to this being the big project I was focusing on. So I probably should have just put this in, but I thought, well, I've been working on that. I should work on my dimensions piece.
Yeah.
Some bridge. I forget the name of this. I need to write it down because the pattern name is not on this.
Sorry. I just felt like we weren't.
Do you want to, we can move it.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I didn't actually do anything on this.
You
But
did
that's
look
what
up the name of it though. What?
I did. I just always forget what it is. I need to,
Doesn't it say on there?
well, yeah, it probably does inside somewhere.
What about it? No.
It actually maybe doesn't, because I didn't get, oh yeah, it does. Valley of the Riverbeck.
Yeah, there you go.
Just write it on this fancy project bag of mine here.
So you didn't work on it, or you did?
No, I didn't
I
even
know
pick
you're-
it up. Not even one
Oh.
stitch,
So
which is too bad because I do like working on that one.
this is solid stitching, man. Look at
It
the
is.
back.
Talk about a tapestry. It's
Yeah,
just like
this is
solid full
It
coverage.
feels like a tapestry. Let's see.
And it's like 3 strands for a lot of that. So it is just thick.
It is thick.
It's stiff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What count is this? 60 count? It looks
what
smaller
does
than
it say?
14.
It probably says on here somewhere.
3 strands, huh?
3 strands. It is on, will it say on this? I don't
But
know.
maybe not. Anyway, it looks like it's a 16 count.
It's going to be 20 by 20. But, well, I'm not sure what the
Is there
fabric
back stitching in this?
There is only a little bit of back
around the
stitching. I'm sorry I
building.
don't have a photo of it. It's because I got this kit at Value Village at our thrift store, and it didn't. That
Look
was
at
the
that.
one
Look
thing
at that
probably
top.
missing. Yeah, it really. That's pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Like how it looks in real life. A lot
Wow.
of beautiful
That
colors.
is a lot of stitching.
It's a lot of different.
That's
colors
almost like a
added.
little mini Haid in a way, because you've got a
Kind of.
lot of color changes around in some of this area.
Mhm.
Maybe not as many as a Haid, but
Yeah, probably
but
not.
you do
but
have.
It's big too. I mean, it's going to fill that whole fabric up. I think. Well, it says it's 20 by 20.
Yeah, probably.
20 inches by 20 inches.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay, well maybe next May.
I
we'll
didn't
get-
work on that, but I
Mhm.
will work on it again. It probably
Is it
is
on
one
your
of my
wheel?
whip go pieces at some point. Yeah, it is on my wheel.
Yeah.
The other things I worked on this week, I worked on this is one of my whip go focus pieces. My
Did you
Barbara
figure it
Joe
out?
Richards. Well,
Oh, you finished your milk and cream.
I finished
though,
my
so
milk
that-
and cream too.
yeah.
That was also, that's one of my whip go goals. I should make sure I check that off.
Mhm.
What I decided to do was not figure it out.
Just fudge
So
it.
remember last week I was saying, sorry, there's like threads everywhere, but I was saying that I made this table 1 too low. Like it's the first thing I stitched, but I messed it up. I decided to just make sure I counted very accurately, and I'm just going to go across and down, and I'll just figure out how to.
Okay.
I didn't want to mess the rest of this up by counting wrong down here.
Mhm.
So I figured I'll frame it out with the clouds. Did I show the piece? Yeah, I did. I'll frame it out with this scene,
Mhm.
and then I'm just going to work the border and go in and make sure those women are in the right spots for me. It shouldn't matter that much. I mean, it's not like solid stitching where I'm going to really regret doing something.
No.
So I decided to just skip that part because I was not wanting to work on it, which was really a shame since it's my whip go piece.
I love the border on this.
I know. Isn't it pretty? It's going to be fun to do, I think.
See, it's blurry to me. Is it focusing? I got
It's
my
focusing.
bifocals
I think
on.
it's just 'cause of your
Okay,
glasses.
yeah.
It's focusing. I know I like this.
Oh.
I'm changing the colors so they'll all be a little bit more vibrant, I hope. Like I'm
Mhm.
using some reds and a little brighter greens for the grasses.
Yeah.
So I really didn't want to just put this aside, especially because it's my whip go
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm just going to keep working on it, but I'm going to change how I work on it.
Yeah.
I worked on just a little bit on my Shores of Hawthorne Hollow. I worked on the border a little. You can't even see it show up, but there's some a blue row alongside in that black.
Oh, right at the top.
So I worked on the top and the side. The whole border is double. It's black and blue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so tiny.
So it's so tiny you can hardly see it. And actually I worked the black. I'm in the middle of doing that top row in the black. So that's why it looks funny because it's only half crosses so far.
Did I? I did part of the border on when I restarted my
You did part of the border.
I'm going to do like Candy from 614 Stitcher talks about, just doing the border as I
you
go. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you kind of are too.
I'm kind of doing that too.
I'm looking at my phone because I forgot to talk about another whip, and I want to. Somebody on Instagram
You can talk about it now.
might not follow us, but she follows me on Instagram, and she wanted to know about my knitting whip. And I was just going to look.
You want to show it really quick?
Yeah, and I was going to pull up the pattern because she asked me what pattern it was, and I've got it saved in my books. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I did work on this a little bit in the car when
Better hurry up. She's growing.
I know she is. So this is it's called She's
Like a rainbow.
Like a Rainbow. and I'm just doing it in a very pretty little ecru. And so what I'm doing now is the bottom, and it's a
Oh, you're
little
so
rib.
close.
It's a little rib. Yeah, I got
And you
like
just have sleeves?
sleeves, and then pick up, and then I was gonna sew a ribbon down here. Apparently, Mama comes in here every once in a while and is checking to see if I'm working on it. So, but I usually work on it in the car because I knit in the car. So anyway, it's coming along, and I do need to focus on it. But She's Like a Rainbow by Melissa Lebarre, Lebarre. And I did get it off of Ravelry. So she's got several cute little children, and it's multiple sizes. This is like, I think the 0 to 3. We got dark. I think if I lean back, I get dark. Anyway, so I forgot that. I did work on that as a whip. Okay. That's part of our stuff. So sorry.
That's
on
okay.
your parade. Did you work on that gathering eggs again?
I worked on my gathering eggs.
I'm never gonna.
This Nora Corbett.
Beautiful.
From this old cross stitch. Just cross stitch.
You can still get it. Yeah, and you can still get it in a Better Homes. You can get it packaged up like other Mirabilias.
That's right. You can buy this one. You don't have to have the magazine. So I worked on that this week.
She's bombing along on this. She motivates me. I need to get mine out. Mine will get back. Mine will get more love. It's on my whip go, and I think it's also on my wheel. So when I'm spinning, wow, you got to do those.
All the pink flowers, the little like foxgloves. Yeah, you can.
That's my favorite part of the whole. I love the flowers against the
behind it.
Blue.
So it kind of stabilized.
I just love that. The flowers and that blue.
I know. So I worked a lot. The color is kind of coming out funny because it's getting dark in here. The sun went behind a cloud, but there's that's so I finished up all this like up here because I wanted to be able to just fill in. It's pretty much just blue for a while up to the basically I think to the top until you get to the cloud. So I'll just have to keep
I just love the background of this piece. I don't focus on backgrounds very often, but I just love the way those flowers, they look like they're behind her. I just love the clouds peeking up there.
It really looks like she's just in a garden.
Yeah.
This is all going to be white on mine. And then I have just barely started the border, but I think I might start some of the border. I might go up to the blue and work some on the border just to make sure I don't have to do just border at the end.
Ignoring that border. That border is something else.
It is because it looks variegated, but it's all DMCs. So all that is just like different color changes. So you can see just the little border side that I started on. It's like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible colors.
Yeah,
it looks like there's a couple of different yellow. Oh, there's some browns.
There's a few yellows and browns.
It's a lot of color changes, and then you got a row of just stitching around that.
Yes, but that'll go fast.
Those take me forever.
That individual row. Oh, yes. Really?
When I do my hopper and hollows,
I just start to bomb along on those because it's so mindless, and I can just do it while I watch TV and not notice.
Nothing I do is mindless.
I think that's everything I worked on this week.
That was a lot. Even though you didn't do your mania piece, you still got a lot done.
Yeah. I worked a lot on, and I did the milk and cream. So I really, that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I worked on 5 different things probably. I think I had already shown what I had started last weekend for Mania. So haul.
My haul, yes. So
which I have already shown you my haul because it was all gifts.
I did place an order because, like I said, molasses came in. Oops. Did I drop one? I don't think so. There should be 3.
You have 3.
Okay. But I couldn't just order that.
That is such a pretty color.
It is a gorgeous color. I ordered a Prairie Schooler. It's the band samplers, and they're fall. They're sealed.
Oh. Here, I can probably angle it.
I do love.
Plant your seeds in a row.
Yeah, one of them. Okay. Plant your seeds in a row. 1 to eat, 1 to grow. This one is Content lodges oftener in cottages than palaces.
Content lodges oftener. Oh, that's cute.
Fall oaks from little acorns grow.
Oh, that's a cute one. I love. I'm a tree person, so I love thinking about how oak forests grow out of one acorn.
So I am going to maybe try my hand at converting some of these. I might look up conversions online because the DMCs are a little dated, and I think I might try to do some overdyes on some of these, like on the house. houses and on this tree. I don't know. And the greens, I just think they need to be
You could brighten
updated.
them up a
Yeah,
little bit.
it needs to be brightened up. I should just pay
It
like,
could also be partly the
I could pay
photo,
Misty
but-
Purcell from Luminous Fiber Arts to do a conversion for me. She's done some beautiful.
Oh,
She
bet
did a
would
couple
do it if
of-
you paid her enough.
Yeah. So that was part of my haul and the floss. And then I did, okay, so I was watching, I didn't tell you about this. I was watching Carolyn Zook, Zook Stitch last week. I think it was last week. And she talked about a piece that she got from Acorn and Threads, which is her local needleworks shop down in Oregon. And apparently, Heartstring Samplery Beth Twist is local down there. And so she,
Oh, I didn't know that.
this is not easy to see. It's a sampler that says, "What a time to be alive." And she's designed it. I'm going to read to you because it really meant a lot. And that's why I ordered it. I actually ordered them and had them kitted up for me. There's 2 pieces. So she says,
This is probably
oh yeah.
the inspirational.
She says, I remember vividly what may be the first time I had the thought, I wonder what it was like to be alive then. I was studying volcanoes in 5th or 6th grade and wrote a report on Pompeii. It wasn't the ones that died that I was thinking about as much as it was the ones that survived. That question has entered my mind many, many times in the ensuing years. Each time I've read about or watched a documentary about a time in history that was particularly difficult. The Dust Bowl, Prohibition, women's suffrage, the civil rights movement of the 60s, and any given war in any given country. I lived through 9/11 and the aftermath, recognizing that it would be one of those events in history, a date to be studied, remembered, analyzed, and taught for years to come. The Challenger exploding just after takeoff, the attempted assassination of President Reagan, the rise and fall of Saddam Hussein. But none of those events lingered with us for much longer than days or months. And now we find ourselves living in a period of global pandemic that is predicted to last for a year, 2 years. No one seems to know. They said that we were due for one, but I, for one, didn't believe it was possible in our age of advanced medicine. And out of the pent-up energy of stay-at-home orders and the removal of so many entertainments that we've become accustomed to, even addicted to, such as sports and movies, we find ourselves once again experiencing a global uprising of people who are awake and perhaps noticing injustice for the first time, and they are speaking out and demanding change. I keep thinking to myself over and over, what a time to be alive. We are living in wonderful, painful days. What will we say when we look back on our lives about this period? How did it change us? Did it make us better? Did we suffer the loss of loved ones to violence or illness? I found myself desiring to put those words to linen. I don't yet know, none of us know what the near future holds or how these days will impact the future of humanity. I encourage you to stay awake. Commemorate this period with your stitching, place the year on your current project, and add a note on the back with your thoughts on what was happening while you stitched. These are times of historical significance, and this design is one of the ways I intend to document it. And so she does leave, it doesn't show it on the pattern, but she leaves space to put whatever you want. So the pattern, it's covered up in the picture, but it says stitched. It says underneath there, it says stitched while the earth stood still, spring 2020, global pandemic. And then she has initials. And so I'm going to do some version of that, even though I didn't stitch it in 2020, obviously. And I'll probably put the initials around of my family, intersperse it. And so I called them for the pattern, and she said, do you want us to kit it up? And I said, sure. They didn't have the called for color anymore, but I got a Weeks cappuccino.
That'll be pretty with the, are you going to do it white?
No, I chose a blue.
Ooh, that's going to be really
She
good.
chose a blue. I said, choose a blue. They're done in Glorianas. I've never had a Gloriana.
That's beautiful.
So I'm going to do it in that. So it shows up a little bit better because the white, well, maybe the artist's picture, but what she wrote,
that blue's going to be
what she wrote really resonates with me. I don't know if we're the same age, but I remember feeling the same things about 9/11 and studying the wars and growing up during the Vietnam era and the Challenger exploding. I mean, I remember that like it was yesterday. I was a new mom, and she's so right. Those things captivated us for a snapshot of time. Of course, the repercussions lasted, but we've lived this for longer than a month or two, this pandemic. And I also agreed with her in that, yes, we've always known we were due for one, but I've had a lot of faith in my life Maybe it's my upbringing in the medical community. And I've also grew up with a lot of faith in my government, which has been really hard. It's not like this year was the first year I realized my government isn't all that I wanted it to be. I mean, that's been a process, but just with the pandemic and WHO and the CDC and trying to figure out who to believe. And I've always thought I had great faith. And this year I didn't have such great faith all the time in what I thought was taking care of us. So I loved it. And I just thought I need to have it, and I'll probably start it sooner than later so I can have it.
I like that.
So anyway, that was one of my hauls. And then I also have been very captivated by lately seeing people stitching up biscornus. And I think Tina Stitches has shown some, and they're gorgeous, and they looked really daunting to me. Like, how in the world do they sew those up? And so Little Dove Designs on Etsy she's got a seasonal one. So there's actually a bunny one for spring, and I think the bees are the summer one. So I bought the PDF. You could get it on the kit. Her kit's included in a 14 count Aida, but that was too big of holes. So I purchased yesterday a very pale green. It's water lily.
Oh, cute.
28 count. So I'll get the same count.
It'll be a 4x4 still, but
I think so, yeah. And these are the flosses. It just calls for DMC, because I looked up on YouTube and found a YouTube video on how to sew these up. And I'm like, okay,
it's easy.
I think I can do this. It looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there can be fiddly. I think the ending when you're stuffing it and putting that button through might be a little difficult.
Yeah.
But I thought hers was simple enough. It didn't look like it's going to have a whole, I mean, there's stitching on that one piece, but
yeah.
And so so Sarah was looking at it and she's like, wait a minute.
I think I could
do that. And she didn't even watch the video. She just looked at her instructions. I'm a video gal. I need to actually see somebody do it. So I'm gonna try a biscornu, because I like making the little pillows, and I don't have a lot of room for a lot of framed pieces to sit around. So this is another avenue for making something pretty and having it out. I could have a bowl full of biscornus.
What were you saying? Oh, I said, I could probably do one. And she said, yeah, we'll have to maybe we should do a biscornu along. And I said, that sounds like, I don't know, like a French tea time or something. Like, I'll have or British tea time. I'll have some biscornu, some crimpets and a biscornu, please.
I also bought some really exciting Artiste blue at Hobby Lobby. I like this 28 count. It's just,
But I'm doing this.
Manufactured.
This magical thing, the Gathering Eggs is on that. It's
white,
not white. Blue.
I like it. It's not that expensive, and I like this blue. So I bought that, and I think that is about it, other than the giveaways. But I did buy something. I have to. So my little granddaughter Liddy, who's the oldest of Sarah's, she's 11.
Yeah.
She's a little butterfly that just kind of flits all around. But they were here meeting Junie for the first time a couple of weeks ago in my backyard. We've done hardly any yard work, and we aren't really pressured to, because all the wedding festivities are going to be at my friend's house. But I really need to get weeding and get my baskets out. And so I mentioned something about, I need to get weeding on this. And so then we were busy getting dinner ready. And next thing I know, later on, she goes, Mimi, did you see I weeded for you? And we've got some fruit trees that have rounded bricks around them to kind of delineate them from the grass. And so she'd gone and weeded. So I bought her, as a little thank you, I bought her a little kit that says, from Hobby Lobby, love you to the moon and back. Because I've always said that to them, starting with her, when they would leave or something, or I'd kiss them goodnight, I would say this. So that's going to go home with Sarah. Maybe I'll put it in a card.
Okay.
But anyway, so that's about all my haul.
Fun.
I think that's about it. What a mess we've got going here.
I know. I wish you could see all around us. It's crazy when we are together. I mean, it's crazy when we're alone, but it's real crazy when we're together.
Yikes.
I can talk about plans, and then you can talk about plans. I don't know what my plans are, honestly. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I don't have plans.
What's your...
Well, okay, so I'm supposed to work this week on my Snow Queen, which I probably will do that as a focal piece, because I really do love that.
And piece. Tina Stitches wants to see it,
and
so we must.
Tina, I'll do it for you. I must do it.
Mhm.
And then this weekend, I'm supposed to, this is my like new start for my mania, but it's an old start. Remember, I showed this last week too. It's an old Hummel
So
that I
cute,
always, I
though.
know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just feeling kind of meh about it.
Are you?
Right now, as I'm looking at it at this moment, I'm feeling a little meh about it. It's not as fun as a like brand new start, probably is why. Like, oh, I already started that.
But you barely started it.
I know I
You
started
can't
it,
even-
and I don't even
You
know.
don't even know what end is up on it.
I
It's
know,
so
man. I think it's this. I think these are the choir books or something. It could be this way. Could be this way. I don't know. It's cute. What am I gonna do with it though? Give it away?
well, why wouldn't you frame it and put it up at Christmas time?
I don't know. Meh.
It'd be cute on your piano.
It would. I should do that.
Or maybe
I
what
should
you
do
should do is get a different fabric.
You know,
that
part of it
like.
is I probably have like 4 other Hummels that I've done that are just sitting not framed. And I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
why do another one?
but you like
Christmas?
Christmas decorations.
I know. I have another angel one I think done that's a Christmassy one, like also holding a candle. So those would look cute
There's
together.
only 7 colors.
Yeah, probably. It's not
Uh-huh.
a ton of colors.
It's really cute. And if you do it and don't want it, you can give it to me.
I will do it. So
I
that's
think
what
you'll
I'm
like
supposed to
it.
work on. I know. And it's on Ada, so it'll be easy to work on and it's fine. It's not as
Yeah.
fun. I think what is like, it's not as fun as starting this thing that I'll start next weekend. That I'll probably show that I probably won't start it before we record it. Well, I might start it on the weekend. This is a dimensions kit that I have.
Where'd
I
you
got
get
for
that?
$7 at
Goodwill.
I guess I could actually take it out. Yeah, my Goodwill.
My Goodwill never has anything.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's
It's gonna be a lot of light though.
full. Yeah, it is.
This is the full kit. And with the other one that I showed earlier is
Mhm.
also a full kit. It just didn't have this like cardboard piece at the front.
Wow. Has this even been opened? I don't think so.
No, I don't think it's even.
I mean, it
been
might have been
It's, like,
open to
written,
look at, but it's got
I don't
beautiful
even think
fabric
so.
in there.
like stuck. Well,
Yeah.
maybe it was, and then yeah, because it's retaped.
Yeah,
But everything's in it, brand new.
it's
Sorry for the
It's
glare. I'm
beautiful
sorry,
though.
I'm
I
good.
really like that.
I know.
I like winter scenes anyway.
I wonder if those are French knots up there. Those look a little like they could be French knots.
You might want to just do some beads.
No, yeah, that might become beads or just little X's for cross stitches.
Mhm.
That's what I'm going to start for my last mania weekend because I've been wanting to start that for a while. That's like as far as my plans have gone. I really need to keep working on the Barbara Burjo Richards piece, that
Mhm.
Friends one, because I only have like, I don't know, let me check and see. I currently have only worked on that this month for 3 hours. So I really have 5 hours left to get done on that Barbara Burjo
in the
Richards.
next week.
And then my other one is my Shores of Hawthorne Hollow. I have an hour and a half left to get done. Sometime before
So
the
those will
31st.
get worked on.
So I'll be working on those.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's as far as I've planned.
My new start. Well, first of all, I need to. This week's new start was the acorns that I'm supposed to start this weekend.
Which
Next
what time?
weekend, I'm supposed to start.
And you'll focus on your Hawk Run. Your Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow? No,
No,
your year at Hawk
my
Run.
year at Hawkins. Oh, here's my other new start for next weekend. Hopefully, I'll start it by Friday. Yeah, it's the
Oh, yeah.
Heaven and Nature Sing Noel. It's a really bad picture. It's well, maybe not. Maybe you can see that. It's that
Yeah.
girl with the, and I'm changing up her dress.
Oh yeah, because aren't you doing it on a bluish?
I'm doing it on a browner fabric, and I
Okay.
felt like the green wasn't going to show up, so I think I'm going to do it in a blue dress. That it actually calls for. It's kind of a green. Doesn't show up
Yeah, it
green,
looks
but
blue. to
it's
me.
Lexington something, I think, and it didn't show up.
Mm.
So that'll be my last new
Mhm.
start. Wow, where did May go, guys?
Mhm.
So that'll be focused on next weekend. I'm going to focus on my Sunflower Fairy. I got couple more hours. I need to find my notes. A couple more hours on Sunflower Fairy. And then my other WIPCO is my Joyful World, which is so close to being done.
Yeah, you'll have that done.
And so I think I'll try to work on Hawk Run Hollow. We'll see how motivated I am. I do want to work on Dreaming Girl.
Oh yeah.
So I really want to I think if I just could work on it, I can
Mhm.
pump it out pretty fast. It's just getting time to work on it.
Yeah.
So once Mania is over, then the wheel will come back and I'll be spinning. And I'm
Mhm.
going to readjust my wheel. I'm going to take a few things off and add a few different things. So that's my plan. It's not a very exciting plan, but slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, that's all. That's what I keep telling the girls. A little bit every day does a lot.
It's the first. Okay, we have till the next Monday, a week from Monday, is the 31st, Memorial Day.
Mhm.
And we got big plans that day. We're having a work party over at my friend's house for
Oh,
their
yeah.
yard and a
Well,
barbecue.
We'll just work in the evenings.
Mm-hmm.
So last week we were giving away, was it called Bloom? Is that
It's
what it is?
called Spring.
Oh, it's called
But
Spring.
we called it
But
Bloom.
we said to put Bloom in your comment. So if you're watching and you left a comment last week. So here's the thing. I uploaded the video and YouTube didn't actually upload it. It like froze on the processing part. And I tried for hours to wait and it still didn't. So then I went ahead and re-uploaded it, but I forgot to delete the other video, but I didn't think it would matter because it hadn't uploaded by then. And I just thought, oh, well, that's just an error. Then YouTube did do it. It didn't end up abandoning it. So we uploaded last week's video on accident 2 times. But so we have comments on both. So if you left a comment on either one using the word Bloom, I put your name on a slip of paper and put it in here. So I'm just going to do it
the old-fashioned
way. I was like, how am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? And then I thought, oh, I don't know. I could just write them down on a piece of paper and draw it out. So the winner for Spring from Heart and Hand, is it Spring? It's Doodles.
Doodles.
Is Heidi Lenig. I'm hoping I'm saying that. It's Lehnig. Heidi Lenig.
Okay, Heidi Lenig.
So congratulations. You won Spring Doodles Spring from Heart and Hand. So in the description box below is our email. It's just stitchandstuff@gmail.com. You can email us your mailing address and we will send that out to you. So congratulations.
Yeah. I'm looking at the back. There's a summer one and I'm looking at it thinking, isn't that cute? And I thought, why is that butterfly on a pile of poop?
Because butterflies like to eat dung, didn't you know?
It's the brown part of the flower, but to me it looks like
what
the
are those
poop
called?
emoji.
Coneflowers or something?
But it looks like the poop emoji.
Mommy, why is the butterfly sitting on a pile of crap? Sorry.
It's a really cute pattern. I
So
just was
cute,
like,
and I don't even know why you thought that. Because I don't think it looks like it.
because my eye went right to the brown part, and I'm like, what is that? A butterfly on a pile of poop?
Who's the designer for these?
These are Heart and Hand.
I know who designed
We're sorry.
these. I forget.
We're sorry, whoever you are.
So sorry.
Kathy, is it Kathy? No. It's doesn't Priscilla design with them?
Yeah,
Heart and Hand?
probably. Yeah, I think so.
What's
Well,
her
it
name?
says Cecilia Turner on
Oh,
the
Cecilia.
pattern, so
Cecilia, I know it's really not. And when you look at it, I'm sure up close in a bigger picture, it does not look like a pile of poop. But in that little tiny picture, my eye went right to that little brown triangle thing. And I may have or may not have used that poop icon.
We're missing it. We're talking about.
I may have used that icon at work in a couple of text messages to my coworker this week. So it might just be on my mind a lot because it was a fun week at work. And
This is a ladybug. What are you looking at here?
this? That's a fish, or no? You might want to just stick with the spring one. I know what all these are. It's a blue bug.
It's a little bug, like a little beetle.
Yeah, I think it's a little beetle. We might have to edit this part out.
It's a really cute pattern. The colors are so cute, and I love this chick.
The chickens are adorable.
Anyway, so congratulations, you won that. Oh, you get to see
Daddy.
Junie's dad.
Peeking around.
That's all he is anymore. It's just Junie's
Junie's
dad.
dad.
That's all you are to me. You gave me a niece.
You're no longer.
I don't need you anymore. Okay, so this week we have fun giveaways.
Because it's our anniversary. And so I kind of went all out.
I know. So, okay, yeah, let's make sure we have them in the right order.
Okay, this could be
So here's how we're
challenging
gonna
for
do
us.
If you want to enter to win one of these, in your comments, just leave the number that we associate with what we show. And I have them written down so we don't forget which order we were doing.
It's like if you watch Priscilla and Chelsea. If you want 1, 2, and 4, just do 1, 2, 4.
Or if you want
All 4 of them.
you want to have a chance to win all of them, and I'll enter you into each one.
Do 1,
1,
2, but put a comma between your numbers. So that random number
Yeah,
generator.
it probably needs to do that.
Yeah, I think you have to put a comma between them.
If
Okay.
you only want to enter for one of them, just
So this is because we love our subscribers, and some of you have been here with us since the very, very beginning. And one of the things that's going to get tucked into your, if you win, is that I was at my
I read
neighbor
about
work
this.
store, and I said something about I was there to get some prizes for our Flosstube. And Denise, who is the owner and sole proprietor of Threadneedle Street, said, "Here, I'll donate these to you." And it is a floss. It's a
They're the
DMC.
same as these, by the way.
Is it a maybe?
Mulan
Yes.
special. Oh yeah, my Hobby Lobby carried these.
But she
at least for a
says
while.
she doesn't think many designers are designing
using
with
these.
them. And so she had a lot of them, and they're a beautiful blue variegated.
That is pretty. Yeah, I've looked at these. Maybe it was Joanne's. So I'm using the red one from this line in my Bergeau Richards friends one.
So I'm
also beautiful.
But I wanted to give her credit for donating these, and
How
I will
sweet
put
of her to do that.
Yeah, I'll put a couple. I think I have some needle threaders that she gave me one time too that I'll probably throw in.
Fun. So there's kind
And
of
I'll
extra
probably throw
bonus.
2 of these in, so you have enough if you want to. I said, well, we've got a lot of people in our that follow us that love to change colors up and stuff. So this would give you.
That would make a
another
fun,
option.
like if you have a single color, kind of like your one that you're about to start
Yeah.
that's white and blue, that would work so nice for that.
We're
'cause
going
of
to do
the
a total
variegation.
piece. So anyway,
Tonal, yeah.
she is been in business for a long time by herself. I don't know what she does if she ever gets sick. Maybe she just doesn't
Maybe
open
she
that
doesn't
day.
open.
But she's very sweet, and she kept me going during the pandemic. I ordered
vicariously. Me
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, all you had to do was call her, and she would ship stuff out that day or the next day, flosses, whatever you needed. And she had such a nice inventory that I don't think she's had some colors that are hard to get now, but I feel like during the during the actual lockdown period, she had such a nice stash.
Yeah.
She has a ton of DMC because she's just been buying it over the years and just keeping it stocked up. So even some places were having a shortage of DMC. She was not. She and she's very quick to respond. We can put her.
I'll link. Yeah, I'll put the
She
name
doesn't
of it.
really
At least.
have
I don't
a-
know if there's a website, but
She doesn't really have a good website, but we can put her.
Threadneedle Street. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, you probably already know because she's like one of the few
Only
places in
ones.
Washington State. There's only a couple.
Yeah. There might be one in Seattle and
brick and mortar stores, but go visit if you're ever in Seattle. Just take the quick drive over and visit her and give her your business.
She's actually in a bedroom community called Issaquah, but that was very sweet of her. So if you win one of our 4 giveaways, you'll get a couple skeins of that from Denise. Yeah. So what's our number 1?
That one.
This is kind of the big one.
Oh, do you want to save it and change it to 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So then do this one.
Okay. You want to
Barbara
put number
Anna
1 on there?
Yes.
So number 1, because of my love for Barbara Anna, I am going to gift this Barbara Anna Autumn Keeper.
Yes.
It's
your notes for what you were going to do for stitching.
Yeah, because I was going to stitch this. I bought this early on, but I know that I have got, let me take it out of the packaging, so many other things to stitch that I am going to gift this to somebody.
This is called Autumn Keeper.
And it's very classic Barbara Anna.
Yes, there we go.
It's like a little pin cushion. She's
Autumn Keeper. So if you want to win Autumn Keeper, go ahead and put 1 somewhere in your comments so that when I search for them, it will pull yours up and put you in the list.
And we will ship anywhere.
Cute.
So don't be afraid to put your name in if you live outside of the United States. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is I purchased. Let's see here. I don't want that to show.
Want to just scribble over it for now?
That's all.
You want to control it off later?
Yeah. Also, Sarah and I have a great love for Shepherd's Bush and our little rolls. And so I bought this kit, and it is a gardening one. Does it have a name? It's a bird one.
Birdhouse roll. And I actually stitched this one, and I was planning on showing it today, not even knowing this is the one she had.
Yeah.
But I forgot to bring it with me.
Has all the charms and all the beads and all the ribbon that you need. And I love these.
There's this little lace strip that it comes with the lace. You can see there it is peeking out. So you get the whole kit, everything you need
is in there.
I think.
even a needle, I think.
Probably. Usually
Yeah.
theirs do
Yeah.
come with a needle.
So yeah,
Cute. So if you want this one, put the number 2
number 2
in your
Mhm.
comment.
And then number 3 is another one that I had for a very long time and never stitched. It's another heart and hand. It's a needle roll, and it's a winter one. It's not
It's
really
a
Christmas.
little bit, left because it's probably been in a bin.
It's been in the bin, but I want to share it with somebody because
So cute.
it's gosh, what did I pay for it?
$5.50.
Yeah. Wonder where I got it.
Okay, so that little one, that's pretty much the whole roll. I was just trying to see if there was anything on the back. It's the 3 little snowmen and snow.
And you can do the little scissor fobs.
It's just the pattern, so it doesn't come with any of
Yeah, this is just the
finishing
leaflet
stuff, just the leaflet. But
yeah, so
that is cute. So
number
that's
3. Let's see if there's a year. 1999. I've had this for a long
probably
time.
bought it.
It's probably at Stitch and Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I did.
Did you stitch it?
No.
You didn't stitch this little?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you have some markings on it.
I was going to stitch it, but I didn't.
Well, you'll see how she marks her.
Yes. There's circles around the colors.
Yeah, it's not really marked up.
And then number 4, because we have so many people that love this designer, including us.
I want this piece. I might enter to win it. Just kidding.
Put it on your Christmas list, kid. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know if I have the.
I think it's one of her newer ones. It is
What's it called?
Princess Eliana Mirabilia. Hold it up close. You guys, I don't even know if this is going to come through. I think it will. The stunning colors of this Mirabilia. I saw that. I thought I had several in my hand, and then I saw that one. I thought that's the one. That's the one I'm going to give away. It uses a lot of some of the newer DMCs too. So it just, the colors.
It does actually. It calls for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, wait, am I reading this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I think she designed it probably to use
all the way up to 35 and then starts over at 154.
She has all the new DMC colors on her fanciful frock.
It is.
Patterns in her gown are inspired by the delicate florals on the tea sets at the Ritz-Carlton in New York City.
Oh.
So that's.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, the lighting is sort of struggling here, but that's.
Denise said when I bought it in her store, she said she had a customer that bought it and came in like 3 weeks later and had it almost done, but had it on. And I know they must not work or eat or sleep or do anything. But she said the colors in real life are even more stunning than that photography. So actually, if I ever
even coming through even as good on the camera, but
and I think there is,
you can look it up online to see probably better, lighting pictures.
Oh, and her face and her hair.
I know it is beautiful.
And I think I have seen somebody on a Flosstube stitching it. Yeah, there you go, right up close. Yeah.
Here, if I tilt it up a little, the skylight hits it better.
Yeah. If I get out of the pick with the color. Anyway, I think I would maybe stitch this one.
That's so pretty. Oh, that looks like.
I mean, there's a lot of.
So much work, but it's so lovely.
It is just beautiful.
So that's number 4. If you're interested in a chance to win Princess Eliana. From Mirabilia, from North Orbit.
Yep, there you go.
So we didn't really have anything to talk about books this week. Sorry, and I haven't had a chance to put together any kind of book list, but it's in my back of my mind. I'm just still reading the same things, and you are too.
I am too.
So the last thing we wanted to talk about before we signed off was that we were planning to do another Zoom meetup on June 12th. It's a Saturday, and we're talking about doing it at noon. So if you're interested, shoot us an email, and I will send out a Zoom link like I usually do to anybody who's interested in joining us for the 6/12 Zoom stitching meetup.
Yeah, little stitchy club.
So let us know if you're interested, and you can. It's Stitch and Stuff at Stitch and Stuff. I think I forgot. I think I got it wrong earlier. stitchandstuffxs@gmail.com, and I think I said it wrong earlier. I'll try and find that.
Okay,
and fix it if I
can.
But
whoever won Bloom.
Yep, and
send us your address.
Yes, who was it? I kept it out. Here it is. Yes, Heidi. Send us your address.
Mine's spinning.
I sent out everything I think I needed to send out. But if you're missing something still, will you email us as well, like a giveaway or something that you? I sent a couple out this week. Finally, I felt
I
so
have
accomplished.
Not sent ink circles out yet.
Okay,
So Candy, it's coming. No, it wasn't
No,
Candy.
it wasn't Candy.
No, sorry.
I forget who.
Candy Stitches ink circles.
I can't remember who it was.
I
off the
have
top
it
of my
though.
head.
I have it.
Yeah, we got your email. We have your address.
Yeah.
We just haven't,
done it.
It was Julie. Oh yeah, it was Julie Dixon.
Oh,
So we'll
it's
get that
coming.
out.
I know Julie's waiting for it because she has nothing to work on, and she's probably just going, "What is wrong with that, Kim? Please send me something to work on," because she doesn't have anything.
And we didn't have any featured friends this week. So if you send us something this week and nobody else does, we'll feature you and your stitching next week.
And if you've already done it once, do it again.
Yeah, we're happy to just.
I know you're all working on more than one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking I should send one to. There's a couple people. I was going to do a shout out, Janet Jabber. I think maybe you watch us sometimes, but I know I've been watching you a little bit. I enjoy your videos so much. So if you guys haven't checked out Janet Jabber, she is so
She
fun.
looks fun.
Her energy is so high. I just really enjoy her videos, and she's also doing featured friends. So I thought, I should send her something just for fun.
Yeah.
Maybe she's already got a ton of people. She probably has more followers than we do. I don't know, but
I have a new floss, not a Flosstube, a new video that I'm watching though. It's kind of off the wall, but I'm just going to talk about it.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, it is a young Russian girl. She's not really a girl. She's 22. She's a mom. She lives in a town that's just south of Moscow, and she's trying to live a minimalist life. So she's like decluttering and really embracing thrifting, and she is adorable. She is so cute, and she's got like maybe 7 videos up. But I think what really so her name, just so I can, in case you're interested in something like that, she goes by her Instagram is Minimal Russian Girl, and I think that's her YouTube too, but we'll put it in there. It's fascinating to me, and I think maybe part of it's generational. I don't know if Sarah would be that fascinated with it, but when I was growing up and I was in school in the 70s, it was during the Cold War, and my education about Russia, while in some areas was probably pretty true, in some areas it wasn't, or it was just so political focused, not people focused. And so, I have not for years had good feelings about Russia. I mean, not that the people, it's not that I don't care about the people, but in general, Russia's an enemy. And
because that's the message
that's
you grew up with.
And so
I didn't.
The world is so much bigger, and I don't really feel that way so much. I mean, I do think they're not really one of our closest allies, obviously, but it's full of wonderful, beautiful people that are living in a country that maybe is not as privileged as we are. I mean, let's be honest. And she's very honest about it. She talks about living in Russia, and sometimes it's very she's proud to be a Russian. She loves her diverse country, but she's also not shy to call them out on some of their stuff. Like there was something she was talking about, forget what she was talking about. And she said, yeah, but that was back in such and such when nobody cared. We didn't care about people here, kind of thing, or the government didn't care about us. She also was very honest about their healthcare. She goes, most of us are not getting our vaccine for COVID because we don't trust our healthcare. But yet she is proud of her country in a lot of other ways, but she's not going to build it up and make it something that it's not. And she's got a really sweet husband that's been in a couple of her videos. And it just was fun to see what life is like in this country that most of us don't know that much about it. Like she actually takes you into a grocery store. I grew up with the idea that they had bread lines still. I didn't really think that, but I also didn't think they had the wealth of variety in their grocery stores. There are American products on their grocery store shelves, which really did shock me because I didn't think we did, because my son has said, didn't think we did trade with Russia. So maybe it's coming through other countries. But there was like Pringles and Lay's and some other things that were clearly American on the shelves. But I mean, it was clean. Her apartment is not something that I would want to live in. I mean, to American standards, based on our salaries, we would not, most of us want to live there. but she's got it decorated cute as much as she can because they're renting and they can't do a lot. Anyway, it was just kind of fun, something different to watch. And I hope she does more. I'm following her on Instagram because right now she's not doing videos because her computer isn't working very well. She's waiting for a new one to arrive. But she's been doing stories on Instagram about life. So if you're interested in learning about firsthand, about another country, especially one that's kind of definitely a mystery to a lot of us because we don't go to Russia. Most of us don't travel to Russia. So
yeah.
So if you're interested in that and want something different to watch, check out Minimal Russian Girl.
Minimalist.
I think it's minimal.
Oh, Minimal Russian Girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I wrote down when you said it. So yeah, that is the fun thing about technology, and we can have glimpses into each other's lives all around. Like I love Anastasia, Nico, and just seeing her
life in
China, which isn't a place I've ever been, and who knows if I'll ever make it to China. But I can have these glimpses of how similar and how different in ways that our lives are, and I just think that's beautiful. Like the diversity all around the world, and but also what ties us together and how we're all the same. And and I, that kind of goes. I feel like our whole theme has been this sort of worldwide pandemic. We've been able to connect with people around the world in the midst of this crazy time that has in some places of the world been very divisive, in some places it's been very sad, but I feel like I'm more connected to more people all around the world than I ever was before because of Flosstube. I mean, because of just who I watch and who I interact with and comment and Instagram. And so that's been just an amazing thing that's come out of that.
Many people have talked about that. If this pandemic had happened 20 years ago, how much different and worse it would have felt probably for a lot of people because they would have been that much more isolated. And I agree with that. It wasn't ideal FaceTiming with Sarah multiple times a day and not being able to go over and visit for the weekend, but it was better than just talking on the phone or
or letter writing.
If you didn't have free free minutes on your phone and had to pay like I used to just call my mom long distance, and you had to called at 5:00 on a Sunday because it was the cheapest rate you could get, and you timed it so you weren't on the phone for 2 hours. I mean, life is so much harder in some ways, I think, but so much easier in so many ways. So it's been definitely a growing year for a lot of people.
So thanks for watching. If you've followed us all along, thanks for sticking with us. We love all of you and so appreciate just your presence in our lives. And we really love what we've been able to be part of, and we look forward to continuing to do it before we have been. So happy anniversary to us, and hope you all have a great week.
And be safe.
Happy stitching. Bye.
Okay, this is my cross stitch project, and the snowman's down here, and see the green on his hat right here? I did that green, and I'm working on his scarf right now.
You're about done with that shade of green?
Yes, but the green.
You lost it again?
Yep.
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to help you with that.